Andrew Jones, well, that was beyond ass. That was nepotism. Andrew Jones definitely survived a lot longer than he should have. He came like he was worse than Winkup. Andrew Jones V8 Supercars racing driver. Because the thing is that he got the gig at Gary Rogers because he won the championship. Crashed everything. Trash on trash on trash. I mean, he wasn't that bad. He did get caught up in crashes. He just wasn't that good. He was one of those guys who they said he got the seat at Tasman because what they did was they went into a shootout. They had Nathan Pretty, Andrew Jones, and someone else in 2005 to see who was going to get the seat at Tasman. And Andrew Jones was the one who was willing to rag the thing, put in the fastest lap time, and that's why he got the seat at Tasman. So, like Gary Rogers, he was just qualifying badly and racing badly. He was nowhere all season. He came 20. Well, I mean, he obviously came 28th in the championship in 2005 because he didn't finish the year. It's not going to show the. It's not really going to show the results there, but he's barely cracking the top 20, and he should be because his teammate was cracking the top 10 all the time. He was just not able to get the lap time done. What happened there in those races? Shanghai, Hidden Valley. Yeah, well, Shanghai had a high attrition rate. That first race at Hidden Valley, looks like there's a big crash. Bunch of cars crashed out in 05 in that first race. That's why he got a top 20. And he managed to not shit the bed at Sandown and Bathurst. Bathurst, they got top 4, but look, they kind of just survived. Bathurst 05, a lot of cars got wiped out in that crash between Greg Murphy and Marcus Ambrose. So, yeah. So how many top 20s is that? 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're not going to count Sandown and Bathurst. But if we go to 06, he starts clocking up some top 20s. You got Adelaide, where obviously quite a few key contenders fell out, but I don't know what his qualifying position was, but 15th is pretty good. Got quite a few top 15, top 20 positions there. Where the thing is about, like, I've watched quite a bit of 06. He was just nowhere. It's not like he was being impressive. It's not like he was out qualifying JR. He was regularly qualifying down the back when JR was up the front. But, obviously JR was a great talent, very fast driver. Andrew Jones was not, but he was definitely looks like, and just in terms of results in 06, he was a lot better than he was in 05. 07, you can excuse it because the BJR Falcon was a dog. It was a piece of rubbish. He finished 46th or 48th or something atrocious. 44th in the championship. That was the BJR car. Brad quit mid-season. He'd had enough. I think that was just after he had that crash with Paul Morris. Was that the one? Yeah, Paul Morris. So many damn DNFs in 07. Simon Wills jumps in the car. Where is he? Simon Wills. And does a respectable job with the car. Starts beating Andrew Jones. So this fat guy jumps in Brad Jones' car and starts beating Andrew Jones pretty regularly. Because that's what Simon Wills said. He said he was not prepared. He was like, yeah, I'll do Brad a favour and I'll jump in and, I'll just do him a favour. and we'll finish this season for him. And then in '08, they signed Cameron McConville, put him. So Andrew Jones and Cameron McConville were teammates at Gary Rogers, and they're teammates at Brad Jones. So they had a pretty decent car in '08 because they had a Walkinshaw car. Not too shocking. Not devastatingly shocking. You could excuse someone like Tony D'Alberto for just not having the machinery. But like Tony D'Alberto was obviously a talented driver who did not quite have who just didn't have the machinery. Andrew Jones, you could argue, did have the machinery, because you've got a guy like Cameron McConville. He's only a few positions up in some races, but he's also miles ahead of Andy Jones. But I don't think it's fair to say that he was like the worst supercars driver ever. Who would have to say, okay, in terms of worst full-time supercars driver ever? I'm too soft on him. How can you do it? It was 2007 point system. He's not the worst ever, no. But he is definitely down there. He's down there. But you'd have to go Van Gisbergen, bear him. Or beat him in a TKR car. In '07. It's in a TKR car. It was a Stone Brothers car. Stone Brothers Falcon. It's not. It was. Now, hang on. Was it? Or was it the FPR car? He started in round 8. Okay. We go back. But, okay. First of all, the BJR car was a dog. That's the important bit. Now, who was driving in 2007 at, I think Radicic drove it at the start of the year for Team Kiwi Racing. We find it. Where is the rat? Where are you, rat? God damn it, man. There he is. Yeah, so the rat drove. Am I showing stuff? No, I'm not. God damn it. Then they beefed and they did a deal with SBR. Yeah, he was driving the FPR car that they bought. SVG got the drive because they did the deal with SBR. Yeah, they had some good stuff going on with that car. Brad Jones, their cars were rubbish in 2007. When they were racing them so competitive, they were racing for sheep stations, trying to win the championship in 25th place. That's the sort of the results that they were having. They were not getting top 15s. That's why both cars were down in the 40s. But it's the 2007 point system. The top 15 got points. Brad Jones were not going to get top 15s. Then you've got Shane Lewis 43rd. Had a couple of stellar results at the end of the year. Right, 43rd there. We have a look at what sort of results. Like the Rat was getting some top 15s, quite a few top 15s in that FPR car. Who did the first round? Adam Macro. So 18th, 16th. And let's say Adam Macro did a shit job that weekend. Then they chuck somebody else in. Who else drove? Did they just not have a car for a couple rounds? No, they must have had something. Where is it? SVG did not know that. 021, John McIntyre. Did they miss a few rounds? I think, didn't Team Kiwi, did they take some penalties in '07? They're missing a couple there. They didn't race at Eastern Creek and they didn't race at Darwin. And they didn't race at QR either. So I think Team Kiwi took some penalties because you're not allowed to just skip rounds. And they eventually debuted SVG at Oran Park. They must have been ready to pull the pin and not do the championship at all. But yeah, the Team Kiwi car was not that bad. They did actually have competitive machinery, proven by having, first of all, Paul Radicic, great driver, um, and at a macro, let's just say he had a crap round. First of all, 18th and 16th. There was plenty of other cars that were slower in '07. Like the Perkins cars were slow as hell. PWR cars were slow as hell. And the Brad Jones cars were slow as hell. So those are some cars that you should expect to be beating. And so 18 and 16, not a terrible job. So yeah, that's my argument. Then you've got Paul Cruikshank. First of all, that the car that John Bowe had in 2007 at Paul Cruikshank Racing, that thing was a dog. In '06, Marcus Marshall drove that thing. They had issues all the time. It was okay. It was an okay car. It wasn't going to be setting the world on fire. They kept having issues with it. 2007, John Bowe comes across. Somebody sweet talked him, and he comes in and he starts making that thing look better than it is. 2008, they get a Triple Eight car and Fabian Coulthard, and then they start having a good time. So, like, there's a lot going on in 2007. Just to say that Andrew Jones was getting beaten by a Team Kiwi car, that's just not true. That's not what it's about.